Alright, so we have a fun fight here. So Magomed Mustafayev returning after he's returning after nearly 2 years. But yeah, it's his third fight, 5 years is what I meant to say. He's been very inactive in the UFC. But yeah, it's good to see him back. He's a fun guy, fun fighter to watch. Always interesting clash of styles when you have him in the fight, and he's facing a very good prospect in Damir Ismagulov. Ismagulov has a 2-inch height advantage, a 3-inch reach advantage. Let's see if he can use that. I think this fight's going to be mostly on the feet, even though Magomed came in with a pretty heavy wrestling game plan last time. But I feel like this one's going to be more of a stand-up fight. So it's a bit of a clash of styles because both these guys are very different type of strikers. Ismagulov, more of a volume guy. Mustafayev likes to put everything into every strike and really tries to take your head off with basically every strike. For Mustafayev, he's mostly throwing one at a time. So if he does connect, that's great, but a lot of the time he is just going to be out-volumed by strikers like Ismagulov, who just throw in combinations, throw a lot of jabs out there, really just rack up points in the judges' eyes. But yeah, Mustafayev, he's very dangerous. He's dangerous from either stance. In southpaw, he likes to throw the body kick, even throws it up high kicks when he's facing orthodox opponents in that open stance. If he's in orthodox, he's looking for that spinning back kick to the face that he caught Fiziev with in 2 times in like 30 seconds. And if you can catch Fiziev, a guy who's got a lot of accolades in Muay Thai and kickboxing, then you could probably catch anybody with that spinning back kick because it's just so quick and it's just so much snap behind it. But yeah, he's got a very nice spinning back kick, good timing on the spinning back kicks as well. He will throw it to the body as well and then go up top, so he's always making you guess there. But yeah, as I said before, mostly one and done, a lot of fancy techniques, a lot of explosive techniques, but then he's just kind of in recovery mode and trying to recover his energy. But yeah, Ismagulov, I think I've compared his style to Peter Yan before, and I'll stick to that because I do think they're quite similar in their styles. And both are very good boxers, both very good defensively, nice counters on both sides, nice jab for both fighters. So I do think their styles are quite similar. Wouldn't be surprised if they've trained together before. But I like Ismagulov, I like his striking, it's very nice, it's very efficient. He's always using his jab, that's his range finder. Use that to establish range, and then he can throw the counter 1-2s and his counter 2-3s. He's very tight with everything he throws. He never really overextends on anything. He's always throwing combinations. His striking entry is always changing. He's always mixing up the feints. He's always leading with different strikes. So maybe it's a 2 this time. Maybe it's a jab this time. Maybe it's a left hook this time. I think he's very good. I think he mixes it up quite well, and he's a very good boxer in MMA. Break down the grappling of these two. So both these guys, primarily strikers, but both have, pretty good grappling. And for Ismagulov, I think he has pretty good defensive grappling. So I don't think Magomed is going to be able to, kind of blanket him like he was against Brad Riddell. For Ismagulov, he looks to level change. If the opponent gets really aggressive, or if they blitz in with like a 2-3 punch combination, he looks to level change. And that's how Rafael Alves caught him. Ismagulov, his offensive wrestling isn't great, especially his finishing ability on takedowns. He isn't great at finishing his takedowns. But if he does get on top, he has good top control, good head pressure on top, focuses on just control instead of, posturing up and letting huge damage. He will posture up and stand up in the opponent's guard and, throw down some straight punches, but for the most part, he's just focused on control and, establishing position. For Mustafayev, he's actually very active off his back. He's a little too comfortable off his back, in my opinion, but he is, throws up arm bars, throws up triangles, stuff like that, so you do have to watch out how these guys win fights. For Ismagulov, good takedown defense, good cardio, good pacing, and, on the other hand, Mustafayev, he's got a limited gas tank for sure. He does slow down as the fight goes on, and I think he has poor takedown defense as well. Well, maybe not poor takedown defense, but subpar takedown defense. Especially, or just his tendencies tend to get him caught with reactive takedowns. Just because he's loading up and everything kind of telegraphs all of his strikes, or most of his strikes. So guys like Kevin Lee are going to be able to guys with like a very good reactive takedowns like Kevin Lee, they're going to be able to take him down pretty much at will, and that's what we saw. Path to victory for these two. So for Ismagulov, forward pressure, keep his heels on the cage, don't give him any space for his kicks, look for leg kicks as well. Mustafayev doesn't check them. If Mustafayev's moving to his right or he's taking short steps to his right, watch out for that spinning back kick, that's how he sets it up. Also look to mix in takedowns if you're Damir and get some top control. As I said before, Mustafayev, he's too comfortable off his back, so look to take him down and control him. And, you know, if he's in southpaw, wait for him to throw that body kick, and then you can catch one of his kicks, try and push him down, get him off balance, maybe get some top control after that. For Mustafayev, look to, you know, maybe mix in the takedowns as well, but on the feet, look to use a lot of feints to entice Damir into a low volume kickboxing affair. Because I don't feel like you have the gas tank to really get involved in a war, or, you know, you don't want to go exchange for exchange with Damir, because I don't think your gas tank will be able to hold, and I don't think you'll be favoured in that type of fight. So how I see the fight going? Alright, so Damir's last fight against Rafael Alves, I think that's the perfect warm-up fight for this one, because Alves was a super explosive guy who throws a lot of spinning shit, and when it boils down to it, Mustafayev is basically the same thing. Now I think Mustafayev has much better timing on his strikes, and much, you know, he's also just a better striker, better all round as well. But, you know, when it boils down to it, he's an explosive guy, throws a lot of inefficient strikes, and I feel like Damir dealt with, what's his name? Alves pretty easily. You know, it wasn't a close fight. Damir was in control basically the whole time. And I feel like it was a really good warm-up fight for this one, because it's a very similar stylistic matchup. Yeah, Mustafayev, as I said before, he plants his feet, throws everything into all of his strikes, and Damir, he utilizes great footwork. And footwork is killer against these guys that are going to plant their feet and throw everything into everything. So, you know, he's going to be hitting air quite a bit. I think Ismagulov has really good striking defense, really good range control. I don't think you're likely to catch him with one big punch. If you don't set it up with anything, if you don't utilize feints or anything like that, you're probably not going to catch him with one big overhand or one big spinning back kick. His range control is just too good. His footwork is just too good. On the feet, I feel like Ismagulov just outstrikes him pretty easily. Honestly, I think the activity discrepancy is going to be the difference maker at the end of the day, but also just the slickness as well is just heavily in the favour of Ismagulov. Damir is much more active. He can rely on that at the end of the day. He can rely on volume at the end of the day, and he has a big cardio edge at the end of the day. Not sure if Mustafayev came in with a heavy grappling, you know, game plan against Brad Riddell. Like, he seemed to be content to strike until he got knocked down, and then changed his tune after that, and pretty much just stuck to Brad Riddell after that. And I don't think he's going to be able to, you know, do that to Ismagulov. He pretty much just blanketed Riddell, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that to Ismagulov. Ismagulov, his takedown, his defensive grappling is reliable enough that I think he's going to be able to stuff all the takedown attempts of Mustafayev. He's going to be able to get back to his feet if he does get taken down, but also, you know, kind of punish Mustafayev for the takedown attempts and for stalling on the fence. But yeah, I think Ismagulov should win pretty easily. I'm pretty high on the guy. I think he's a winner. You know, he knows how to win fights. He's a good fighter. He's, you know, a cerebral fighter. Knows how to win fights. Doesn't take unnecessary risks. Good defensively, good offensively. Pretty high on the guy. I think he has championship potential, honestly. And Mustafayev, his strength of schedule has just been absolutely nutty. Look at this. Riddell, Fiziev, Kevin Lee. That's his last 3 fights. It's insane. I don't know what he did to piss off Sean Shelby, but he's definitely been thrown to the wolves. And now he's got Ismagulov, one of the hottest prospects in the division. Not the hottest prospect, but one of the most promising prospects, I should say. But yeah, so let's have a look at the betting lines. So if you guys like the video, would help a lot. Helps the algorithm get pushed. So it helps the algorithm push my channel. And yeah, I want to get back on track with this stuff. So Damir by decision is the prediction. I think he wins a good chunk at the time. I think the line's basically correct. I think he could be even a bit more of a favourite. Just the activity discrepancy is going to be huge here. So if I can get Ismagulov at like $1.40. I guess I can get it there. I'd probably bet that, honestly, minus 250. If I can get anything better than that, I'll bet that. I'm looking at a live bet Tamir after round 1. You know, that's Mustafayev's best round, and after that, I think he should be able to take over from there. So let's look at the props. Ismagulov decision. I feel like I'll probably play that as well, but I feel like a late finish could be on the cards as well. So yeah, I might go small on the Ismagulov decision and put a few units on the money line, and then I'm looking to add to that if he has a pretty average round 1, or Mustafayev looks pretty good round 1, and Ismagulov is making him expend a fair bit of energy. If it's not just like a Norma Dumont Aspen Ladd pace, then I'll be looking to live bet Ismagulov.